happy Tuesday. Guys, I know it has been a hot minute since your girl has graced this platform, but you know what? Life is lifing, and you know when it is what it is sometimes. So excuse me, but I am back. I am happy to be here. And for those who don't know exactly who I am Nicole Rochelle of the In Love Show, where all things are love and all things are conversation. So a couple things that's been going on with me before we jump in with this guest, and I'm so excited about it because we're talking about woke money conversations today, but I'll let you know a little bit more about that here in a few minutes. But I am, as y'all know, I didn't tell y'all I'm a single mom. I'm out here doing my single mom thing. And my son got injured, so I had to step in and do what moms do. So that's what it is. Also, y'all know your girl's an educator, so the end of the school year is crazy. So I had to make sure I had to get my ducks in a row and keep them coins right, because mama need her bread and butter. And as I told you, as a single mom, I definitely have to make sure I do what it is I need to do. So I'm a one-woman show, honey, but don't think that your girl been over here sleep, honey, because I have been and will always be grinding and moving in silence just like everyone else should be doing. Okay? Period. So I just want to tell you about my guest. Her name is Miss Cat. And no, there's no period, because a period means an end, okay? But Miss Cat, she is the host and the organizer of the Woke Money Conference. Now, it's going down this weekend on the 8th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at NRG. And if y'all don't know the address, 1 Fannin Street, hello. But without further ado, I am going to bring Miss Cat in, and we're going to have this woke money conversation, honey. Let's welcome Miss Cat. Hey, girl.
Well, hello. How's it going?
You know what? I cannot complain. I could, but you know what? Nobody want to hear all of it. So I'm just going to leave it where it's at. But thank you so much for coming on the In Love Show to discuss this woke money, honey.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
I just want to dive right in. Miss Cat, I do know a little bit about you. I love talking about people, but I always feel like, you know what? You should hear from the person itself. So, Miss Cat, I know that you have tax services. I know that you are out here doing your entrepreneur thing. So give us a little bit more insight on that.
Yeah, so basically my name is Catherine Mitchell, but they do call me Miss Cat. I'm the owner and operator of Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, and I also have Flat Fee Tax Software. So I actually am a platform for hundreds of tax professionals to prepare taxes, and we serve clients nationwide. And so being in the tax space, it allowed me to see different things. First of all, I noticed that there was a gap in financial literacy on my side of the fence, meaning that we have a lot of people that were like in survival mode, got into the tax industry, and then started making a lot of money like really, really quickly, right? So
Right.
because we were never taught what to do, what do? They go buy cars, they go buy bags, they go, you know what I'm saying? Like
All the
they
J.
go,
Money
there
just
you
be
go.
gone in days.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
So you just go spend up the money. So that was the first thing that I observed. But then secondly, we do serve our demographic is like the low income, population. So we would see people that were looking to make changes, but they just didn't know where to start or what to do. So I decided to start a nonprofit. It's called the Woke Money Movement. It's an initiative to bring financial literacy to the Black and Brown community. So woke money itself is not the resource. So I'm not a guru. I'm not the know all, tell all, right? But what
Right.
I do is I curate, I bring resources together and then take them back to my community.
Now, I want to ask you a question, because I do know your organization's mission, and I'm so grateful for it, because it wasn't until I became, an adult, I was already a mother and put myself in a financial ruin before I understood the financial literacy that I needed to have, and I started to make changes. So there's definitely a different mindset shift, because
Yes.
don't get it twisted, girl. I was one of them girls back in the day talking about, girl, I got my taxes this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and I would never do this and do that. I would always, and next thing I knew, I didn't have a dime to my name, and I was looking like, oh my gosh, and it's, you reflect back on that, and I do feel embarrassed. Like, girl, what was wrong with you? I don't. Well, I'm being transparent now, but back in the day, I'm like, oh, I ain't about to tell nobody what I did with these taxes because I don't know. But I want to ask you, your organization's mission is to empower BIPOCs in Houston surrounding areas to equip them with the necessary resources to elevate their lives to the next level. So can you tell me about that acronym BIPOC? What exactly does that mean?
So that's BIPOC. That's just the fancy term for Black, Indigenous, people of color. So that's what they call us, but really it's the Black and brown community. So basically, my initiative is to serve us. And just to your point, what you were saying, like, that you was embarrassed, but at the end of the day, until you know better, you can't do better, right? So if nobody's teaching you what to do, all you can do is what you see or what you heard or what social media is telling you, girl, you need to go get these shoes or do what, whatever the case may be, right? So our goal is for those that have an open mind and willing to receive, that's who we want to serve is, our people.
Okay. Now, I do know that you also are going to have some expos at your event. And I know people say like 10 to 6, what's going on. But I do understand that there are panelists going on. There's some vendors there. But you're also going to be having D-Rec Dixon, and then, OG Ron C, some of the Houston legends that are going to be a part of this. And they're going to be talking about, is the music business a real business? So I think that's like very interesting. But what are some other things that we can expect from this wonderful conference?
Yes. So, one thing that I can say is that everything that I do is non-traditional. Like, so you may have an expectation, but then when you get there, you'll be like, oh, this is what it was, right? So when you enter, we're gonna have a plethora of different things happening consecutively, because one thing that I don't want to do is basically make you sit through a workshop or sit through some information that doesn't serve you, because the reason why you're coming to the conference is totally different from the reason why I'm coming, right? Some people are in survival mode. Some people are, they don't know where to start with a business. Some people are already in business and ready to excel. Some people want to learn about cryptocurrency, right? So what we've done is we've set up different workshops with all different type of topics. When you arrive, you'll get a program so you can decide what workshops you want to attend, right? In addition to that, we've also got some panel discussions, because the workshops, I'm not going to lie, they're intense. These workshops are here to transform your life, take you to the next level, right? So to offer some form of relief in between the workshops, we have panel discussions. So we'll be talking about certain topics like love versus money. Is the music business a real business? Because I know some guys, I'm like, is it time that, like, don't they have like an age? Like, at what point in time do we decide that this is just a hobby, right? So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about healing our relationship with money. I think that's super important, because a lot of times you may have the blueprint, you may have exactly what you need, but because you're not ready to receive, or you don't think that you're worthy, right? You may fumble the bag, right? So we'll be talking about all different kind of things. We also will have vendors there, and a lot of our vendors are in the financial space. So even though they'll be vending and they might have some products and things of that nature, but some of them can show you, some different things like insurance, things of that nature. And then we're going to have the woke money. We're going to close out, by honoring a few, individuals who are doing things in the community. We just want to show love back and just kind of honor. So we'll be closing out with the Woke Money Award. So that's why it's a full day, because it's going to be a day of excellence. And the great thing is, because it's a full day, if you have something going on in the morning, you can always pop in or, come for a few hours and then leave. But at the end of the day, it's going to be something for, for everyone, for sure.
I do want to pause for just a moment, because I want to make sure you guys know to pay attention to the comment section, where you can get the information on the Woke Money conference, as well as how to get the tickets. So www.wokemoney.org. Okay, .org means it's a legitimate site. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, ma'am.
so make sure you go to that. And then also too, there is $1,000 cash giveaway. So if you text woke to 888-111, that information is in our comment section. So I wanted to just plug that in real quick, and I'm going to repeat this before we get off as well.
Yes.
But I want to move on, because Miss Cat, this love versus so prior to us, y'all don't know, but prior to us hopping on this live tonight, we were talking about, a little bit about me and how, my company's name is Love and Sunshine Media, where you always let your love be your sunshine. And so she posed the question, Miss Cat, go ahead and ask.
So I asked her, if the money runs out, is love enough?
And I wasn't, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, be full transparency, y'all know me, right? So I was just like, wow, if the money run out, is love enough? And my response initially was, in my mind, I didn't say this out loud, but I was just like, hey, I know she just didn't ask me this question, right? After I told her what my motto was. But in real life, you have to think about that, and how that question is applicable, not just to your job, in your career, to your personal relationships, but also to your financial situations. And a lot of times we stay in situations thinking that we love something, and we really don't, and we lie to ourselves, and, it's just like, ooh, okay, when are we going to wake up? Hence, Woke Money. Okay, so, but to answer that, I can honestly say that when you love something the way that you say you're supposed to, that you do, you pour your heart and you pour your soul, and it should exude who you are and the things that you do. So I think that when it comes to love and money, I think if it is true and it's truly in your heart, then that love should drive you to push, to connect, to do what you need to do to make sure you get done what you need to get done at the end of the day. And that's in business and relationships, not just romantic relationships, but also too in your friendships. So that is what I think about that. But sometimes, it's not really. Some people, they ain't on that level yet. So why don't you chime in on that, Miss Cat? What do you think when it comes to love and money, and when that money runs out, is that love enough?
Well, I do agree with your sentiment to the extent, like, if you love something for real, it really should be to death do us part, right?
Right.
But I think that, in most circumstances, just keeping it real, when people get together, a lot of times they don't even talk about like finances. Think about it. Do you act like you get with somebody, like, what's your credit score? Right. How much money do you have in the bank? Like, are you in debt? Like, so right. The thing is that a lot of times we don't even ask the right questions, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so if the right questions were asked, then we could probably, whatever that person is dealing with or whatever, the money shouldn't run out, because right. We talked about it and we put a plan in place, right? To make it flow. So is love enough? I would hope so. But is it? I guess we'll find out at the Woke Money Conference. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna answer that. Look,
listen, we have a comment here. Kathy, she suggests, in case after the love and money panel, we also have a therapist and counselor on site. So they not just go, but you know what the truth of that is that because of our mindset and how we do things and how we shake and how we move, sometimes you do need therapy and counseling to help you, fully articulate the thought that you have. I know I've been there, and I was just like, dang, I had no idea I had so much to say, and I had no idea that I had so much to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And, to think about things, we live in a society where we're only thinking about right now.
Yes.
But we're not thinking about, well, how woke you want to be, because, you have to educate yourself. And my father always told me knowledge is power.
For
And
sure.
so when you don't have the knowledge, then you're lacking that, sometimes that finesse that can go with it to empower what it is that you're trying to do. So I'm all for the Woke Money conference. I'm about to say concert, girl. Like, I'm
look,
up,
wait till year 3. We already working on some things. Okay, this is only year 2, but
okay.
we got you, boo.
Okay. So I also heard a little birdie tell me that you were like this cash flow connector, and so where did that money come from, and why are you the plug that individuals seek for finding that financial guidance?
So I coin myself as the cash flow connection because the resources that we compile with Woke Money and bring back to the community, if you actually, receive them and actually utilize them, you actually can change your life. You can get to the bag, right? So how this became, I don't know. I think that I just had a passion to serve and I wanted to find some way. And I guess with many things, you see a need and you're like, how can I help? How can I plug that gap, right? So I seen a need with my people and I just dove in with Woke Money, and that's just where I am, and that's where where we're headed to, is just the when people think of financial literacy, or if they have a need, I want people to say, oh, you know what, let me go to Woke Money. I know Woke Money gonna have a resource, that I need. And our goal is to get viable resources. So if you like, hey, I need to invest some money, I can plug you with somebody super legit that will help you scale and take things to the next level. So that's, in essence, the preface of Woke Money, is being the middleman in between the community and the resources.
So let me ask you another question, if it's okay.
It's fine.
I know a lot of times, people just assume, and it could be, okay, but assume that, okay, well, you've always had this knowledge, you've always been very financially responsible, and whatever the case may be, and think that, you just woke up and just immediately had success. So as an entrepreneur, and as you have learned on this journey, do you think that it was some knowledge that you already had that got you here, or did you have something in your life that was like, okay, I need to make a shift, and I'm realizing that, what, girl, I need to be woke about this? So can you talk a little bit about that?
So let me answer your question like this, and hopefully this will all come together and make sense, because I'm just going with the flow, right? So I have someone in my family who's a nurse, right? She's actually a psych nurse, right? And one of the things that she used to tell me is the reason why I went into psych nurse, or became a psych nurse, is because I couldn't afford therapy. I couldn't afford like the services, right? That these doctors provide. So I became a psych nurse. So in some way I could connect with them, right? And get what I needed. So I say that to say, that's why I always like, no, I'm not the guru. I don't know everything, because I came in this space because I once was that tax professional when I first started doing taxes. First of all, when I first started doing taxes, I was almost damn near homeless, right? Living from pillow to post, so on and so forth, and got introduced into the tax game and scaled up, like I said, really, really quickly. But nobody told me what to do when I got a $30,000 tax bill from the IRS, right? Nobody told me, once you get into this office, how to maintain and budget. And so, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I'm here serving, but I'm still learning at the same time. The difference between me and them, though, is when I get knowledge, I don't gatekeep. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When I get knowledge, the way my spirit is set up, I want to share it with everybody. I'm like, girl, I just learned how to go. What? You want to learn how to make six figures? Let me show you how to get in this tax game. That's Miss Cat. So that's the difference between, I would say, me and them, is that when I like to pour back, and that's kind of how, woke money is, being established. And that's kind of like how, I guess, in lack of better terms, that's how I am where I am with,
Okay.
with this
Oh, and
movement.
it makes sense because a lot of people misconstrue and just like always think that you just can come out the gate and you do this and that we don't go through things. But in actuality, and thank you so much for your transparency, and letting our viewers know that, hey, I wasn't always, as knowledgeable as what I am now. And now that I have this knowledge, let me share it with you, which is something a lot of people don't like to do. You ask,
Exactly.
they don't want to tell
Exactly.
you anything. It's like a competition. There's no competition, honey. There's room. Your gifts will make room for you. So it's just like you have to have that type of mindset. So I just want to say thank you so much
No
for
problem.
sharing that information. Now, as you have navigated through this journey and you have learned and you have given resources and shared the information that what is another goal that you would have? You have the Woke Money Conference, you're educating individuals. What else is missing?
So that's a look. Nobody ain't asked me that yet. So look, I guess the goal is to take the conference city to city, state to state. It's phenomenal to have this here in Houston, but there's so many other areas that need the Woke Money
Yeah.
Conference. So I would believe that will be the next move, is to try to get it into different cities and states, and take it just take it on the road, I guess. But I love Houston, but like I said, there's so many other places that need
That
this
need
literacy.
the literacy, and you're so right. I mean, if you think about the poverty levels that we have across this country, I mean, it is just so unfortunate, and a lot of people are trying to just hurry up and do something, but if you try to hurry up and do something, you don't go about it the right way, then you wind up right in the place that you originally started. So you've been doing this for 8 years, and it seems as though you're kind of navigating away from all of the tax preparation, and it looks like you're maybe going into mentoring and coaching individuals. So is that something that you're open to do, and how soon could we see that, if so?
So currently, I actually do have, like, a mentorship program in the tax space, right? So people can come to me if they're trying to learn how to. So initially I was teaching like from scratch. Now, because of my plate is too full, I can only teach those that are already in the industry. So I show them how to scale up to a six-figure tax firm. So that's what I do currently. So because of that, in my passion for this teaching and coaching and mentorship, I'm scaling out of, like, doing the tax prep myself. And now with me, doing these conferences and things of that nature, like, people are like, Kat, can you show me, how to scale my business, how to do this, do that? So I was like, you know what? I guess I just need to kind of step away from the tax, because a lot of people are like, Kat, you're boxing yourself by putting yourself as a tax in the tax space when you just know business, period, right? So, like, for example, with this conference, this is something that I did single-handedly, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that there's people who want to learn how to do events, things of that nature. I've been, like you said, clocking my own clock for 8 years. I haven't worked for someone. So, and it's not many of us that can genuinely say that after the Uncle Sam takes his, that they are left with six figures plus, right? So
Right.
those are things that I can speak to. Those are things that I can show people how to do. And so, yes, soon enough, I will be doing more coaching, more mentorship, just to help people that are ready to take themselves to the next level. Do so. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because at the conference, I'll be hosting a workshop showing people how to take the business that they already do and put together a coaching or mentorship program so that way they can have an additional stream of income. So, because for me on the tax space, I got burnt out really quickly, real fast. But I made my first $250,000 by doing coaching and mentorship. So I'm gonna be showing people how to structure that, for those that are interested at the conference.
Y'all hear that? She made her first. It's not the last. Okay?
Yes,
first $250,000. Okay,
yes,
so it sounds like the Woke Money Conference is definitely something that you need to make sure you attend to, especially for those that are trying to grow their business or maybe stuck in that space and not too sure how to shake and move. And so it's not just about tax preparation, how to increase that, but it's also about other avenues and venues where you can get the knowledge that you're seeking. And Miss Cat gonna be there. Okay.
I'm gonna be here. You can come network with me, but not just let me be clear, because although like I'm the organizer of this, when I tell you there's going to be so many entities in the room that you want to network with, first of all, shout out to Marcus Bowers, the co-founder of She's Happy Hair. He's going to be hosting, the event. And he tells us all the time about how he started his $1 million hair brand with $800. Right. So wow. These are people that you can like come and pick their brain. Everybody like, can we do lunch? No, but you can come to the Woke Money Conference. You never know. Like you might catch me in the hallway. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I'm just saying that there's going to be so many great workshops. So for those that are not in business, maybe because I don't want people to think that this is just about business. Some people want to get a house. Some people trying to fix their credit. Some people, want to learn how to invest. Just because you work a 9-to-5, that don't mean you can't invest your money into something. So we'll have investing. We have Chase Bank that will be there talking about, different things. The sky is the limit. If you are in business, we can show you, how to scale that business, how to put systems and processes in place to make things more organized. Yeah, you just gotta be there. I can't. And then we got Mrs. Dr. Kathy Tatum, who is a award recipient. And look, she's on there telling y'all we got access to capital. We have SBA that's going to be in the building. We have doing far more. So one thing that I think that people forget about is when you get all of this money, right? How are you going to leave a legacy to your people?
Right.
Because if you think that a will is going to cut it, it won't. You need a trust, right? So we have HC Law Firm talking about wills and trusts. We have for the funeral planning. I know that's stuff that people don't like to think about, but
that's life.
There is nothing. There's only one thing that that's going to happen. You're going to pay your taxes and you're going to die, right? Yes, so, yes. At the end of the day, it doesn't make sense, right? That's where we fail. That's where we mess up because we don't want to plan. We don't want to think about it. We just want to sell fish plates.
We don't want to buy no more of them plates. Okay.
Exactly. Nobody wants their fish plates. Okay. Look, so unless I'm at brunch or some fancy restaurant, I don't want no fish plates. So at the end of the day, yes. And then thank you. See, look, this is what I appreciate this. So then for those that are looking for opportunities, right? Like you may be saying, hey, I want something on the side. I want to invest or whatever. We have the Box Truck Millionaire. Okay. She's going to be showing people how to get into the box truck game. If that's something that you want to do, we have people that's going to show you how to get in the travel industry. Right. So there's going to be so many different workshops. And again, the great thing about the way this conference is set up, we're not doing this all in one main room and making you sit through stuff you get to pick. Okay, I'm going to go over here. You can go over here, but I need to learn about this. I want to start my nonprofit. Let me go over here so they can show me step by step how to do my nonprofit paperwork. Okay, I don't know. Just tell me, and I'll wait. Tell me where you would get all of this in one place.
Girl, I don't know, but I'm like, okay. Look, and then, I even see cannabis.
Yes, so I'm telling you. So I have someone, Martell Matthews. He will be showing people how to get into the cannabis industry. Yes. So if you want to make some extra coins, so you can't, there's no more excuses. That's the thing.
Right.
What we're doing is eliminating excuses. You want to continue to be broke, that's cool. But if you come to the Woke Money Conference, baby, it's gonna be something for everybody at this conference. Even if you just sit through one workshop, it's gonna be transformative and change your life. I promise you.
Well, I'm excited. And I mean, the way you got me hype over here. and thank you so much, Kathy. Everyone, the information is all in the comment section. I cannot tell you again that www.woke, let me go back. Wokemoney.org is your resource to get this ticket. Don't forget there's $1,000 cash giveaway. Make sure you text WOKE to 888-111. Again, all this information is in the comment section and it is going to be available to you. I'll make sure to post it on my social media platform as well. But you guys don't want to lose this information. You want to make sure you go get it. And listen, if you could pay $150 for your nails, okay? And don't get me started on them bundles and them lace fronts, baby. That's $500.
Look, I'm about to say, shout out to She's Happy Hair for the sponsorship, because baby, I was like, this is how much y'all be paying. Look, I'll be wearing my wigs. I'm like, this how much y'all be paying for this hair? Like, shoot.
Oh, girl, I wear them wigs so they fall. Oh, thank God that they have good quality. But
for real.
I love me some She's Happy Hair. The very first wig I've ever owned, I won from an event that I was at, that they were at. And I was doing some media there, and I wind up winning. They wind up pulling my name, and baby, I still have that wig, and it is all good,
baby.
Okay? She is
and
still
so Marcus said that he will be giving away some bundles. So She's Happy Hair will be in the building. So I think they're gonna be doing some bundles giveaway. So like I said, y'all need to come out. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're broke, you need to come out. If you got money, you need to come out. If you struggling, you need to come out. If you're trying to figure it out, you need to come out. Like, everybody needs to come out.
If you're trying to grow, then
you need to come out.
Yes,
you need to come out.
Yes.
Because the thing is, the networking is going to be invaluable, right? Being around people that's doing what you want to do, right? And you're in the room with them. You can say, hey, I just wanted to ask you about, how do you get the hair industry popping or whatever. I just wanted to ask you about XYZ. Like, you'll be in that space. And, if you're not going to show up for yourself, like, why should anybody else show up for you?
Yeah. Right? Yep, you sure right about that. Well, listen, Ms. Kat, it has been a wonderful pleasure speaking to you and learning more about this wonderful conference that's going on this Saturday on the 8th. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is going to be at NRG.
Yes.
The address is 1 Finish Street. You can't forget it, okay? Y'all be pulling up for that rodeo. It's the same place.
Okay? Exactly.
So make sure you go invest in yourself. Pour into somebody. And if there's somebody that you know and that you love and you see that they're trying to do something, gift them a ticket, okay? Because this knowledge is invaluable, and I guarantee you they will be so blessed by it. So my last question to you before we go, Ms. Kat, for those that are out there that aren't in the headspace and knowing how to maneuver financially in general, what are some last words of advice that you would give?
So I definitely say come to the Woke Money Conference. Look, I mean, hey, it just is what it is, because everything is gonna be in one spot. I think that's what's so beautiful about it, is that you can come to a hub and get, everything that you need. But if I do want to give some real advice, I would definitely suggest that you get with a mentorship. A mentor or a coach, somebody that can help you navigate. And if you're not in business, maybe that might be a therapist, right? I don't know why we are so don't want help. You get what I'm saying? Be so broken, but don't want to get help, don't want to reach out, right? So I think it's time for us to start getting the help that we need in whatever form that might be for you. So if that's therapy, heal yourself. If that's in business, find you a coach. We got Google. We know how to look up people and do our research to verify if they're legit or not. But you will never, in my opinion, you can never scale to the next level unless you get some kind of guidance or invest in yourself to be able to do so. So this is just one of those opportunities. But if it not be through the Woke Money Conference, just get somewhere where you can get, what you need for sure.
Right. Get fed, y'all. Don't get that.
Yes, stay woke too.
Stay woke. So again, I want to say thank you so much. Last time, guys, go to get your tickets. This is something you don't want to miss. Let Miss Cat and all of her homegirls and homeboys pour into you, because this is the hub. This is the place that you want to be. And you don't have to stay the whole time. Go to what you need to go to, learn what you need to learn, ask the questions. There's no
I'm sorry, because you say you don't have to stay the whole time, but I promise you, once you get there, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't know they was teaching it. I didn't know. Like, we got over 40 workshops. So wokemoney.org, get your tickets. Oh, and by the way, if you want to follow us on social media, you can do so. We're the Woke Money Movement on Facebook and at Woke Money Movement on Instagram. But thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. I'll make sure to post all of that on the page, as well as where you can go to get the tickets. I'll make sure to post that advertisement, and we're gonna get them people there. Okay.
All right, we're gonna see you there too. You coming too?
It depends. It's my honey's dad's birthday, and so
Gotcha.
We're supposed to be traveling. So if we're still traveling, then no. But if he decides for whatever reason we can't go, then yes, we'll be like, yes, is it too late for me?
Well, just so you know, y'all can't get y'all to pull up and get your tickets at the so yes, ain't no excuses. But no, I appreciate you though. Thank you so much. And for those that are coming, we'll see you. And I appreciate your platform.
No problem. And thank you. It was such a pleasure speaking to you. And last time, guys, don't forget to go get those tickets, www.wokemoney.org. And don't forget to text WOKE, WOKE, for those that need some assistance, to 888-111. Y'all know I'm an English teacher, so y'all know I'm extra. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode. Your girl will be back, and I promise you, with another show and another guest that you will not want to miss. But until then, make sure you let your love always be your sunshine, and don't forget to bring in that conversation, because baby, that leads to lots of things. I'll see you next time, guys. I'm Nicole Rochelle. Good night.